Ready? No, it's fine.
Okay, wait.
So now it's time to turn on your SHR E light machine. We're going to pop the screen up. We're going to turn the switch on. You'll notice it does not come on because it's a brand new machine. So the first time it's used, you need to turn the emergency stop switch and it will turn on. The machine will be quite noisy for about 5 to 10 minutes as it's flushing the fluid through the whole filter system. Once it is gone right the way through the pipe, through the handle, throughout the machine, it will quieten down, and this is just for your first use. So I turned off the machine, and you'll see now that when I turn it on, the machine switches on instantly. I didn't need to push the emergency switch, and you won't ever need to use that again unless it is an emergency. Even still, you can use your key switch to just turn it off quickly. You'll get to the home screen and you will just click anywhere on the screen. You'll push enter. Oh, sorry. You'll push enter, and then you will have your different treatments that you can choose. If you would like to do a hair removal treatment, you will click hair removal. You will see it's bigger than the others. If I wanted skin rejuvenation, I'd click that, and you can see how it gets bigger in size. So we'll go back to hair removal, and then you push go. So when you turn on your hair removal machine, at first all the settings are going to be the same within folder 1, 2 and 3. We are going to edit them. I've already done this machine, so I'm going to explain how it works, and then at the end of the video I'll be posting pictures of each of the settings for each folder, so you will get the settings and you will input them into your machine. Okay, so what we have here is our pulse width, and at the bottom is our pulse interval. So it's a time between the shots. This over here is our energy. Okay. Folder 1 is for people with dark skin and dark hair. So it's your African people. It could be colored people who have a darker complexion and coarse hair. And what we need to do is we need to bring the energy down. So when you put your machine on, it's going to be at 1000. You're going to just click on it and it will bring it down. Okay, you're going to bring it down to 500. Your pulse widths and your pulse intervals are going to be higher. So when you turn it on, it's going to be on 3s and 2s, and down here on 25s. You're just going to edit it. Okay, so you click on the block and you just use the arrows to edit it. Okay, African skin is going to have a higher pulse width and a higher interval. To adjust your RPL and your RF, you're going to start turning it up like this. When it is green, it means that the client shouldn't feel anything, so you can actually turn it quite high up until it starts getting into that orange phase. Now remember, this machine has no pain, so your client shouldn't feel any pain. You should be able to turn it quite high up, but it's always better to start a client for the first time on a very low intensity of heat. Test it out on their arm or their leg in an area where they feel comfortable and see how they feel. If they feel comfortable, you can then turn it up. Please remember that you must always have your little snowflakes up full, because this is the cooling of your machine to make sure that your machine doesn't overheat. Over here it will show you which filter you need to use. So for hair removal we use filter 640. You will take it out. It is in a little plastic bag at first. You'll take it out and you'll pop it into the side slot of the machine. Let me just do that to show you. Please be very gentle with these, as they are quite costly to replace. You will notice that the handle has started icing up, and this is what makes this machine so amazing, is that it has a cooling function. So you'll see, and this is why it is pain-free hair removal, because it is instantly icing that heated shot and keeping it cool on the client's skin. So now we are going to go to folder number 2, and that is for people with olive skin, a bit of a darker skin, but their hair isn't as coarse. So Portuguese people, Italian, Europeans, Indian people, so anybody with a lighter complexion but still dark hair and a bit of an olive skin. Okay, so we are going to be bringing the settings up on the energy, so we're going to come up to 750, but on the pulse widths we're going to bring it down quite a bit. So before we were on 9 and we're going to come down to 7, and before we were on 45, so we're going to come down to 20. Okay, the same applies for turning your RPL and your RF up. Bring it to the middle intensity, do their tester shots, and then move on. Okay, next up is folder number 3. And in folder number 3, this is for people with fair skin, blonde hair, grey hair, even strawberry blonde. So we're going to have a high energy level. We're up on 1,000, and then our pulse width and our pulse intervals are going to be much lower. Okay, so remember we started on 9 with African skin, 7 with medium skin type, Indian or Asian skin, and then for very fair skin we're going to bring it down to 5. Your pulse interval is going to start it up at 45, and then it went down to 25, and now we are down on 15. Okay, please remember that you can adjust these depending on your client. So if you have a client that's got very fair skin but darker hair, you can use them on number 2, but you're just going to maybe bring the settings down a little lower than what number 2 is set at. Your machine comes with 2 pairs of glasses. This pair for the operator and this pair for the client. Okay, this gives the client full cover on the eyes, and then this allows the operator to still look at the client, but it will protect your eyes from the shots. Make sure that the client's skin has been shaved. They can shave prior to the treatment, or you can use a disposable razor and shave them at the treatment. You're going to apply cooling gel onto the client's skin. Doesn't have to be too thick, but please do not use the machine without cooling gel. Okay, okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to push ready. Okay, we're going to turn it up. Turn up. Okay, so remember I said just bring it to a little bit where you're seeing a little bit of the red, and then you push ready. The machine is now ready to use. You will see the light come on. Please remember that if you push the button and it doesn't shoot, it's not a problem. It's just because the water is filtering through the head, and if the water is not in place, then it will not shoot. If the water is not filling through right then, it won't shoot. So it will just shoot on the next shot. You will see there's 0 shots fired on this machine, so you're able to keep track of your shots. And then on the screen there's a counter, and that will keep track of your shots during your session. Okay, you can either hold it above the client's skin like that, or you can place it on the client's skin. Either way is fine. Okay, we can go over the area twice. Another way to do it is to do multiple shots but moving the machine. Okay, and that's that, but you can go over the client's skin twice. So up and then again down. Just remember that if you're pushing and it's not firing, it's absolutely fine. It's just the water that is going through. So when you're doing a treatment, when you're shooting in an area like that, it is covering 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters. So you can put it there and then move it over there, and the gaps between will still be covered. Okay. To end the treatment, you will push standby and it will be safe to exit out.